There, it's Lone Wolf, Wolf Territories Grid. It's funny time of the morning. It's dark here at my home. So this is a very basic kind of introduction video to the whole grid thing. Okay, so for those of you who are Second Lifers, it's quite easy to understand in the sense that imagine if Second Life wasn't the only grid. So there was Second Life 3, Harry's grid. So the whole grid thing means that you can teleport to different people's grids. So for instance, I can head over to Aviworlds, which is run by my friend Josh and Alex, and and this basically is a completely different grid. This is run by somebody else. Okay, and you can look around, and I can be here, and I can pick things up from Aviworlds. Some grids block you, so you can't take things away. So if you buy something, you can't get it. Aviworlds is a very good grid. We are a very big grid, so as you can see, I can pop back again, and sometimes when you come back again things don't work quite right. That's because they are running different grid versions. So the grid is like a whole universe of different places that you can go. Now of course within Wolf Territories Grid we have it's huge. Okay, it's absolutely, Wolf Territories is absolutely huge. I don't know what that's about. And so we're about 22,000 Second Life regions effectively. Second Life, it's a way of me explaining how big things are. So this is about, this works out if you do the search thing, you can see the current stats. So if I do the search thing here, there's this little button here. It actually gives all the stats of the site. So we're currently sitting at 25,000 equivalent Second Life regions, for those of you who had an idea what that is. And so the HyperGrid allows us to HyperGrid from one place to another. That was just a basic introduction. So if you just imagine, you have got access to a huge amount of virtual worlds with different people doing things. Now there's two places you can really get information on these different places, and one of them is opensimworld.com. Okay, and this has got lots of things going on in regions and things like that, and they have a hop address. So for instance this one here that my mate Joe's doing, if we go to here, pick one of his spaceship thing and then copy this address, you can just click on it, then I go back to my thingy, put it in there, paste it into the map, hit find. Okay, if it comes up with that, it means the grid that's offline. Okay, because some of these regions are not online all the time, or they've got the wrong address in there. But obviously you can set up this on your regions as well. Let's pick Endor, see if he's actually got that on working. That's up. Let's trust my luck to pick someone who's not up. Find. Give it a second because it's talking to someone else's server outside of our grid. See if it finds it. Okay, but normally it'll find it and then you can just teleport over and get on with it. Obviously within our grid it's very simple. You just find the place you want to go and click on it and off you go. So for instance here, some really beautiful creations here. Let's just wait for it to load. I'm not having much luck this morning, but just typical when you want to show something off. So yeah, so that's all about the HyperGrid. So you can use opensimworld.com to find places, and you can also use my website opensimsocial.com has some interesting places for you to go and events and things like that being posted on it, and you can join for free obviously. So there's lots of things going on there. There's also hypergridbusiness.com, which doesn't have a lot of links, but it's got some interesting stats and things like that. So you can look at some of the stories there, and there's links in there. So that's really about the HyperGrid. So the HyperGrid is a collection of connected virtual worlds, if you like, that are owned by different companies or people, and you can teleport between one and the other. We are soon to be the biggest, actually, in the world. We are second at the moment, but we're very, very close to being the biggest open sim grid that exists, basically. very, very soon. Watch this space. So some other basic things that you might need to know. So how do you set up an avatar? So we just go to www.wolf-grid.com. You get to this page, and except it won't look like that. So you get the nice walls running. Just click Join Grid up the top. It's also down here, Join Grid. So hit Join Grid. Fill in your avatar's first name. And put my email address, LoneWolf. Create a password. Still making the same. Like that. Hit Create Avatar. Okay, and it'll come up, if it comes up with the message, there's a nice video there. You can talk about land, because you can rent your own land within Wolf Territories Grid. So you download the Firestorm viewer and install it on your machine. It runs on Linux, Windows and Macs. Hit Control P like this. So actually, let me just log out so that we can see what it looks like. So let's come out of it, go back into it. Okay, and hit Control P. Brings up this menu. Go down to OpenSim. Okay, very soon we're hoping to get in here. So just put http://wolf-grid.com:8002. Pop that in there. Hit Apply. And you'll see that Wolf Territories Grid will be added with different addresses. It won't look the same. And then you'll have this drop down box here. Just go and pick Wolf Territories Grid. Now you notice that, so just something that's quite important is that when you select Wolf Territories Grid, it should come up with this. You'll know because the wolves start running on the green screen. Then you put in your new username and password. If you get problems with that, just get in touch with us on the Discord. You should always join the Discord because that's where the support happens and where we get the most interesting things going on. So just wait a second for my brow embedded. This is nothing to do with the grid. This is just local. It always takes longer when I'm streaming. Don't know why. Things don't run as fast. So when you first log in, you're going to look like this girl, and it'll give you this message. That's cool. Just close that. So. And you will go, oh, I don't want to look like that. So if you go into your inventory, we've already given you a whole load of stuff. Okay, there's whole avatars here. So for instance, there's a wolf avatar. Just click that, right click, and then replace current outfit. And any second now, she'll become a wolf. And if you choose the wolf avatar, just hit one like that, put his tail down. Right click this, edit, and you can then move it over there. And we only put it in the middle because it's easier to run. So then instantly you are a wolf avatar. Now I'll show you some of the other things you've got in your inventory. We've got cars. So we give you a few cars, a few buildings, boats, all kinds of things you've got. Now if you want to go and try all that stuff out, easiest way to do it is to go over to our sandbox. So if you're at welcome, just click on this box here. It comes up on the map. Let's pull this up for you and hit teleport like that. Give it a second. Again, this happens because I'm streaming. I have no idea why. It doesn't make any sense at all. Now the sandbox allows you to build anything. In fact, there's a box that someone's built, so I can go into my inventory. And remember, this is a brand new user, so I haven't actually got. Let's just grab one of the cars out here from Blindside Motors. We've got a Chevy pickup, so we'll just res that there. Okay, now because we're on the sandbox, we can actually just get in and drive it. I'll just wait for it to res for a second. So sometimes, you know, resing can be a bit slow when you're streaming. It happens. So this is a Chevy pickup truck. Well done, Blindside Motors. I'll show you how to get to there in a minute. You can pick up some more trucks. So you can just drive in, use your cursor keys, drive around. There's actually a little test road here, which is quite good for Chevy pickup trucks. Okay, so I won't wait forever. Or delete. Okay, so there he is. He's there. So if you want to find more cars, get on your map. Type Blindside in here, and you need to go to Blindside Motors. That's this one here, and he's got somewhere here. I think it's right. Go right in the middle. So you're here. Okay, and you'll land here, and you'll be able to get some more cars, and that's part of the start of your adventure. And you can see how long that took me. It took me no time at all to actually get set up and started. And also there's a whole bunch of other avatars, so if you want to change avatar again, you go right click, replace current outfit, and you get a new avatar. Some of these will put up these HUDs here. You can just right click and detach to get rid of them. I'm going to stay a wolf on this. Harry's going to stay as a wolf. And if you do home, Control Shift H, that'll take you to the bottom of Wolf Mountain. So all you have to do is click on this thing, and it'll take you back to where we are here. If this happens, and you don't worry about it, it'll appear very, very shortly. This is just because I'm streaming. I still haven't worked out quite why it makes things go a bit crazy when I'm streaming, but it does. So okay, so that's that. There we go. So it's all appeared. You notice Wolf Territories grid that won't appear like other grids you go to. That's because of the way that it's configured. It runs on lots and lots of servers, and it's kind of very different from, in a way, to the way that other grids run, because it has to obviously work out which region you're on and do all kinds of clever things. There's loads of places to visit, so you can see this little thing on the left hand side, click that. This gives you your destination guide, so you can just drag, open it right up, and this gives you all the latest events that are going on, and you can just click on them to go there. So let's go to one of my favourite places. So go to Explore Luxor, just click on that, and there's a way to add things into it. I'm going to show you that in just a second. So go to Luxor. This is one of my favourite places, I've got to say. I just think Lunar Lunaria has done something really amazing here. I'm going to accept. I'm going to join all the groups. Okay, and you can just click these. So you can see there's so much to explore here, because we are about, I think it's, it's something like, look at the stats, 1,600 meters squared. That is a lot of space for you to explore. So that's really cool. And you've got glow bits here. There's two types of currencies here: Wolf Territories dollars or glow bits. If you want to authorize glow bits, use glow bits. You just have to use their website to authorize. We give people a choice, which works really well. So what I'm going to do now, so that basically is really, this is if you've got, if you want to spend some time doing something, there's loads of people, Wolf Territories grid. So the next thing you need to do is join our Discord. It's very, very important. You can do that if you just hit search here. Okay, and we'll make this bigger. You can just drag this corner down, and you'll see along here it says Facebook page. You can join that, join our group, join our Discord. It's very important. That's where the support happens. It will take you to here, and then it will take you into our Discord. Obviously I'm already a member. Okay, and it's got the rules. And once you join, just click on Wolf Territories chat. You can say hello and introduce yourself, and you can see someone here is just introducing ourselves. We have a lot of users. Let's just say we have a lot of users. I'm just making a video. Don't panic. Right, for financial regions, well, we'll be talking to you about that. Okay, so once you've done that, so the next thing I want to do is try out my control panel. Go to Harry Wolf in here. So this is wolfgrid.com. So just go to wolf-grid.com. It's the same password, so I'll log me in. And this gives you your region control panel. And this has got lots of different things in it. So generally for support, use our destination guide. Now you see poor old Harry doesn't have any regions. So if you want to get regions, it's very easy to do. Just click there where it says get land, and you go to shop.wtgrid.net, and you can then rent a region. Okay, so you can rent a single region pack, double region pack, that's 2 regions, or 100 region pack, and each of these regions is 1,024 by 1,024 meters squared, and that's the equivalent of 16 Second Life regions. And so once you've got that, now what I'm going to do is log out here and log in as me, so I've got some regions. So once you rent a region, if you buy a single region or a double region pack, they are automatically created. Now I'm going to just quickly go into regions here, and you can see I've already got some regions, so I'm going to show you some of the tools we've got. So when you get your land, I'm going to just grab an ocean region I've got lying around. So you've got a filter here. Obviously I have thousands and thousands of regions. I've actually got access to everyone's regions because of fixing things. So let's pick one here. West Ocean 21, that'll do, that's an empty region. So I can show you some of the features. So we go into here. So this allows you to set, so I've got an empty region, West Ocean 21. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Harry. We'll go to West Ocean 21. So just map West Ocean 21. I'm going to do a teleportation over here. So here I am, and I'll probably end up in the water. Yeah, I'm underwater, so I'll just page up. So I'll fly above the region. There's nothing here. It's ocean. It's empty. Have a look on the map. We can see where it is. They can drag this little corner out. Let's make some more space to see. I can use the mouse wheel to scroll out. It takes a second to load the map because of just how many regions are on there. And sometimes it doesn't feel like loading it at all. It's good old Firestorm, and this is affected by streaming again. I've no idea why. Anyway, it doesn't matter particularly. Okay, so I am here in this region here. So what I'm going to do with now, if you start with a blank region, it's a bit boring. So if you go into the control panel for this region, which I've done here, West Asia 21, you see this thing that says regenerate. So this is our random terrain generator. So I'm just going to click regenerate and go through a few, and it's completely random. Okay, it's not using a set of templates. No two generated terrains are ever the same. And this allows you to give yourself a quick start. So a region like this is £20 sterling a month. That's about $25 US, I think, something like that. Oh, that's quite a nice one, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to go replace terrain, and it says terrain loader to be triggered. Might take it 10 minutes actually. It can be much quicker than that. So if I turn around, there it is. I think that's it over there. Does it look like the terrain? Okay, so the way to check obviously is go and look at the console. The console is like a window on what the region's doing. Just give it a second. It looks like it's happened because there's now land where there wasn't before. Okay, I don't know where I am on the region. Let me go to let me go to the middle of the region. That's probably part of it. Yeah, there it is. So here's the terrain I just generated, and I've just push it down there, and obviously from there on in, if this was my region, which it's not, it's my region, but it's not Harry Wolf's region. Harry Wolf can't do anything on there at the moment. As you can see, it's already says it's locked. You know, if you do get your own region, just make sure that you turn off building. We like to leave object entry on so people can fly around. Okay, so yeah, you can see it's done lots and lots of things. That was it generating the terrain. So I'll go back to my control panel. I can flatten the terrain. I can monitor. So if I do start monitoring, just give it a second because it has to find the right server and connect to it. There you go, and that tells me. You can see it's root agent 1, so I've actually got somebody on right now. That's because Harry Wolf is here. I can do all kinds of things with this control panel with my land. I can change the region name, I can change the currency, I can change the physics engine. So if you get some houses and you can't walk in them, just change that to bullet sim and then do update and then restart. God powers should always be switched off unless you need them, which is very rarely. Chat distance is, so if I go into, if you've got a club, it's really useful for clubs. So if you go to chat here, go hello, only people within 30 meters can hear me, can see that chat. Okay, so what you can do in your region control panel is set that to whatever you like. If you've got someone else you want to manage the region, I can set him up there. So Harry Wolf has got access to manage this region. All that means is now if I log out and log back in with Harry, come on Harry, in you go. Okay, log in. And I go to regions, you'll see that Harry has now got access to West Ocean 21. Okay, so I'm going to update the map quickly, but I'm logged in as Harry because Harry's now been set up as, it says map request sent to server, please wait 10 minutes for update. Okay, cool, so that'll happen. and now Harry's got access to that. The other thing I could do is, if I was logged in as lone, is then I go to Alt-R, region settings, and I give Harry estate manager access, and that's basically almost equivalent of giving Harry the rights to actually do whatever he wants with my regions, which is useful if you've got managers. Okay, and if you've got a 100 region pack, go back to region list. If I had a 100 region pack, I can set currency, physics, and managers for all of my regions at once, which is really useful. And I can also restart all my regions at once. So that's the thing about having land here. It's very, very flexible. Some really good tools. So just want to say one more thing about the Discord, and then I'll be done. So I think that's a pretty good introduction to it. So don't forget, your inventory's got loads of things in for you to play with. Go to the sandbox if you want to try them out. So you don't start out with an empty avatar and not really knowing what to do. You've got all you need to really get started straight away. So back to land. So buying land to use again is shop.wtgrid.net. That takes you to this web page, and it's got some details, and then you just fill in the form, pay your money, and we'll get your land set up. If you're getting a 120 region pack, it's not automated at the moment because we have to find somewhere to put you on the map. That can take up to 8 hours normally. Normally it's very quick, just depends on who's available to set it up. But as I said, the single region pack and the double region pack, provided everything's okay, is set up normally within about 10 minutes of you buying. So all you do once you've set them up is just go and search for your region on here. You'll find it. You can teleport over and get started straight away on building your WolfGrid empire. That's about it really, I suppose. If you've got any questions, again, there's a whole community of people sitting on the Discord. We have community meetings once a month, normally on the first Sunday of the month, but this month it's going to be actually be next week, because I'm away today for a bit and I won't be around for when we normally have the meeting time. Everyone's really helpful, and I'm around, and everyone's really helpful. And it's just, I think it's a great grid, and I think we've got a great community of people, and you're just going to be really welcomed and really have a lot of fun here. So that's it. Lone Wolf Territories Grid. So websites, reminders are not HP support. WolfGrid, wolf-grid.com is our main website. You've then got shop.wtgrid.net, which is our shop site. Don't put www in the front, just shop.wtgrid.net, which is our get land website. Another thing we've got, wolfgrid.com. We've also got our merch, so you can actually get t-shirts and things like that. I've actually got one of these on the way. That's an embroidered t-shirt. I've got mine on the way right now. Everything's in UK pounds because we're British. It's run by a British limited company. So I hope that's really helpful. If you've got any other questions, get hold of me. Find me in World, find me on Discord, or have a chat with all your friends. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm going to do a bit of support now. Thanks.